Hi everybody, Cynthia here. I'm back to share with you the I think we're on number 5, the 5th project in my 13 Haunted Projects of Halloween series. So I said I would come back and do a tutorial on the box I made for my back to school project. And I made one here in a Halloween theme, of course. And it also houses a gift card. So it's like a gift card holder and a gift box in one. I'm going to show you the things that I used and then we'll go ahead and get started. But this is what it looks like. It measures about the cover 6 by 3 and then it's 1 inch deep. And I just put in a bunch of embellishments that I made. This one's going to be coming up soon. And up here, you can put a gift card holder if you want. If you don't want to make the gift card holder, you can just put like a white mat on here and then make it like your greeting card. So that's entirely up to you. But this is what the box looks like. And the papers I used for this came from the Trick or Treat paper pad from the Paper Studio, and I got this from Hobby Lobby. The stickers I used here for the pumpkin and the ghost, they were Dollar Tree stickers. The sheet of ghosts and pumpkins and stuff like that. And then the ribbon I used, this really cute Halloween banner ribbon. And this came from the Dollar Tree. And then for the gift card part, a gift for you that I stamped here, that came from this here. It's a stamp set. It's called the Holiday Jar Filler. And I got this from Paper Tray Inc. And then the cute little Frankenstein and Wishing You a Night of Frights and Sweet Delights came from this cute Darcy's Heart and Home stamp set, and it's called Sweet and Spooky, and I purchased this from Not Too Shabby Shop. Okay, so let's get started on the box. First thing we're going to make is the gift card holder part of it, and for that you're going to need a sheet that measures 4.5 by 1.5, and then score it at a 1/2 inch on the side, then line it up at the 1.5 and score a 1/2 inch, and then line it up at the 4.5 again and score a 1/2 inch. So on both sides a 1/2 inch, and then again on the bottom. And fold up your score lines. And then you're just going to cut off these little square corner pieces. And then I fold the sides in. Get some of my glue here. I fold the sides in and add a little bit of glue here and a little bit here, and fold the bottom flap up. Okay, and then flip it around, and my mat piece measures 3 3/8 by 7/8 of an inch. And it leaves about 1/8 of an inch border all the way around of the black cardstock. And then I took my 1 inch circle punch and just kind of cut out like a little half moon shape right there in the center. And then I have my little sentiment, a gift for you, and I'm gonna set that right there. And I did pop it up on some foam to give it dimension. So that's our gift card part. We're gonna set that aside. Okay, and then for the box portion of it, you're going to need a sheet that measures 7 3/4 by 4 3/4, and you're going to line it up at the 7 3/4 inch mark. I guess it really doesn't matter because basically you're going to score at 1 inch on all 4 sides. So score at 1 inch, flip it, 1 inch, flip, 1 inch, and 1 inch. And then fold up your score lines. This is such a it's really an easy little gift tree box. You can put so many things in there. I just put embellishments in mine. Don't have candy in the house right now. But you could actually fit a ton of candy if you wanted to. Okay, so we're going to cut up on these score lines to meet up with the next score line, and then I just cut a little like triangle piece out of this square. So cut up, meet the next score line, and then just cut a little piece out. Flip it around. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And then before we close up the box, I'm going to actually mat the inside first. Just makes it a little bit easier. So my mat for the inside measures 5 1/2 by 2 5/8. Okay. Alright, and once that's done, I'm going to flip these 2 flaps in here and add some glue to both sides. And then you just want to close it up. Run my bone folder over it so I know it's nice and adhered there. Add glue on these 2 sides. And flip it up. Make sure when you flip your corner piece up, it's flush with the top, that you don't glue it and there's a piece sticking up. I'm going to go ahead and mat the outside of our box. So the small sides here, the mats that I use measure 2 5/8 by 7/8. You could just do all of this too with pattern paper, and then you wouldn't have to do the mats. If you want to just make the base with pattern paper for the box, and then if you have like double-sided paper, that would be nice too. I just like to use the mats because I always end up with a lot of scrap pieces in my paper, and this is a great way to use those up. Okay, and I did on this box. I did do the front of the box, and then I also did the back because I didn't adhere my box to this piece here. You could, if you wanted to, you could adhere it like that and then just have this flap open, but I kind of like the whole thing opening. So that's entirely up to you. But I did mat this side as well. And those mats measure 5.5 by 7/8. I love this paper too. It's so colorful. I have a lot of nice blues, purples and greens. And every year I go there, they seem to have that paper pad, but I really haven't been there lately, so I haven't checked. The last time I was there, they were actually putting Christmas stuff out. And they didn't really have any like Halloween paper or stickers or anything out yet, so it's been a little while. Okay, now that we got our box made, we're going to set that aside and get out our wraparound. Okay, so for the wraparound, you're going to need 2 pieces of ribbon. I sized mine at 8 inches, but if you'd like a little more leeway to have a longer bow, I would size it maybe 10 inches. Give yourself room to trim it if you need to, but I went with 8 inches for those 2 pieces. Okay, so for the base, you're going to need a sheet that measures 7 by 6, and you want to line it up. Oh, I must have set this piece aside. 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I grabbed the wrong piece. You need a sheet that measures 7 by 6. Line it up at the 7-inch mark, and you're going to score at 3 inches, and then again at 4 inches. I accidentally grabbed the piece that I cut off, and I put this one away. Oh yeah, it's been one of those days. We all have a lot of us have a nice long weekend though, so that is good. Okay, so we have our base. I'm going to get rid of this scoreboard and grab my corner rounder, and I'm going to round my corners. And before we mat our box or our wraparound here, I'm going to actually put the ribbon. So this is the inside of my box, and this is going to be the outside. So I'm just going to take some two-sided tape, put some on the cardstock in the middle, and then lay my ribbon down. Actually, I'm going to lay that out a little bit further. And then, I don't know why, but I just like to put a little bit of tape on the top so that when I glue my piece on, it's just adhered down really well. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. Lay down your ribbon, and then I run some tape on top of that ribbon. Okay, so I think this will be the front of our box, and mine actually has a pattern that says words, so I'll show you how to do that, because when you lay it down, you want to of course have the words that you can read them. But when you turn the box around, you want to be able to read them this way and this way. So I'll just share that with you really quick. So I am going to round the bottom of my mat here for the front. And these two mats measure 5 7/8 by 2 7/8. Just add some glue. And lay that down. Okay. And I'm going to flip it around because I want to be able to read my words this way. So my centerpiece here measures 5 7/8 by 7/8. And I'm going to lay that right there in the spine. And then this piece here, I'm going to round my corners on the bottom. And again, this measures 5 7/8 by 2 7/8. And I want to press down really well where that ribbon was. Okay, so basically you're laying one this way, and if you had it flipped out, you would lay the pattern the opposite way for these two sections. Okay, this is the top of our box, so I'm going to go ahead and mat the inside. My spine again measures 5 7/8 by 7/8. And I don't mat the bottom section because the box is actually going to go on that. And my piece for up here measures 5 7/8 by 2 7/8, and I'm going to round the top part of the mat. These would be great for if you want to give a little Thanksgiving treat to a hostess or for your swaps. They'd be fantastic for Christmas stockings too, to make these up. Put some treats in. Okay. So now pretty much all that's left is to add our gift card holder. And I usually go up a good 1/2 inch. But a little trick to doing this is, you know, I want it to make sure when I put the gift card in, it didn't stick out. And then also when I closed up my box, it would lay nicely like in this section. So I took the gift card out. I placed it in the actual gift card sleeve itself. And then added glue to the back here. Just so I could get a good idea where I wanted to place it. And then I pulled it out and pressed down. Just a little trick I thought I'd share with you because the first time I did this, I had the gift card sleeve a little too high, and then my gift card stuck out. So I thought, oh, I'm going to try it this way. I hung on to this. It's my expired, I already used the Hobby Lobby gift card, but I thought it would be cute. Okay, so we have our gift card in, and all that's left is to put down our box. So something to remember when you're laying the box down: lay it down gently and then close up your box. Make sure where you have it, it's at a good point before you actually press down, just in case you have to move it. I'm going to place that on there, and I left a little bit of an edge of the wraparound. Looks good on both sides. I'm going to close it up to make sure. Yep, looks pretty good. So now I'm going to go ahead and run my bone folder on the inside to make sure it's really nice and adhered down. Okay, so you can see it from the side, and the back here, this side. As you can see here, I left a little edge, maybe about 1/8 of an inch on there. And close it up. And I'm going to tie my bow and then just decorate the top. Okay. So for my top, I'm going to do it pretty much like I did this one. But before I peel the backing off, I have foam tape on this little guy here. I'm going to lay down a pumpkin and my ghost. So let me get a little scary pumpkin here and lay him down. And let me pick a ghost. I think I'm going to go with the same little guy that's wearing a little Halloween mask. And I think I want to lay him right about there. And I'm going to peel this back. Set him back on. And then I have my sentiment. Wishing you a night of frights and sweet delights. And that's it, guys. That's our gift card holder treat box. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I hope you give it a try. Have fun making yours. Thanks for watching. Take care and happy crafting.